Silence is not empty. It is not weakness. Silence is strategy. In a world addicted to instant replies, instant updates, and instant gratification, the one who pauses holds the power. Think about it. A message arrives. The screen glows. Most people leap like trained animals to respond. They believe speed equals interest, speed equals loyalty, speed equals love. But what does speed really say? It says you are waiting. It says you are available. It says you have nothing else more valuable to do. And nothing kills respect faster than being always on demand. Now imagine the opposite. A message arrives. You see it. You breathe. You continue your meeting, your book, your ritual. You do not rush. You do not scramble. You respond when you choose, not when summoned. That gap between stimulus and response, that is your throne. This is the silent power of not responding immediately. Because when you delay, the other person begins to wonder, why hasn't she answered yet? Is she busy? Is she with someone else? Did she read it and ignore it? In that silence, curiosity is born. In that silence, respect grows. In that silence, you shift from the pursued to the prize. People confuse silence with absence, but silence is presence magnified. It lingers. It echoes. It forces others to fill the gap with their own imagination. And imagination is always more powerful than information. This is why old money women, women of influence, women of power, never respond like servants. Their time is not cheap. Their attention is not free. When they answer, it is deliberate. When they engage, it is intentional. And every delay whispers one truth. My life is full, my value is high, and I choose when to open the door. But let's go deeper. Why does silence work? Because human desire is wired around uncertainty. Predictability is comfortable, but boring. Mystery is frustrating but irresistible. When every message is answered instantly, the story is predictable. The dopamine fades. The person takes you for granted. But when your replies are unpredictable, sometimes fast, sometimes delayed, sometimes after hours, you create a rhythm of tension. They lean forward. They check their phone again. They replay their own words, wondering how you will interpret them. You are not ignoring. You are composing. You are not absent. You are sculpting presence. Every queen in history understood this. From Cleopatra to Catherine the Great, silence was as sharp a weapon as words. Cleopatra could make Caesar wait for days, knowing that anticipation makes the heart race harder than fulfillment. And in your own life, the same principle applies. Do not reply instantly. Let your silence remind them that you are not a servant, but a sovereign. But here's the trap. Some women mistake delayed response for game playing. They fake it, forcing themselves to wait exactly 5 hours, exactly 2 days, as if power can be measured with a stopwatch. That is not power. That is insecurity in disguise. Real power is not in pretending to be busy. It is in actually being busy. Having a life so rich, so full, so magnetic that you truly do not revolve around notifications. That is the difference between acting untouchable and being untouchable. So ask yourself this. When was the last time you let silence work for you? When was the last time you allowed someone to wonder instead of rushing to reassure? The woman who responds instantly may feel polite, but she teaches others she is always available. The woman who waits teaches others that her time is rare, and what is rare is revered. So next time your phone lights up, pause, hold your ground, let them wait, because in that waiting, power is born. Now let's explore how silence transforms not only relationships, but every domain of influence. In business, The negotiator who answers every proposal immediately is seen as desperate. The one who pauses, who takes time, who responds after consideration. She is seen as calculating, strategic, formidable. In leadership, the boss who rushes to every email is a servant to her team. The boss who chooses when and how to respond commands respect. Even in friendship, silence shapes perception. The friend who always replies instantly is soon overlooked. The friend who replies with presence, who responds deeply when she chooses, becomes magnetic, because silence signals self-respect. But let's be clear, silence does not mean neglect. It does not mean ghosting. It does not mean cruelty. It means discipline. It means reminding yourself that your life is not built around constant access. Think of silence like luxury. A luxury brand does not sell on every street corner. A luxury brand is scarce, selective, and desired. You must see your attention the same way. When you reply on your own schedule, you communicate, without words, that you are valuable, that your world is full, that your time must be earned. And here lies the paradox. The less you chase, the more you are pursued. The less you explain, the more people listen. The less you answer instantly, the more your words are craved, because anticipation is the fuel of desire. Now picture this. A man sends you a message at night. Instead of rushing to reply, you leave it until morning. He wakes up wondering. He reopens the app. He checks your profile. He reads his own words again. By the time you answer, your value has doubled, because he has invested thought, time, and energy into the silence you created. This is the feminine art of power, letting others do the work in your absence. The world teaches women to over-explain, to overgive, to overprove. But silence proves more than words ever could. Remember, every queen has mastered silence. It is the invisible crown. It is the pause before the decree. It is the reminder that power does not shout. It whispers. So from now on, practice it. When you feel the itch to reply instantly, breathe. When you fear they will forget you if you delay, remind yourself. Forgetting happens when you flood, not when you withhold. Hold the silence. Guard your presence. Respond on your own terms, because the moment you stop dancing to every notification, you reclaim your throne. The world will adapt to your pace. The right people will respect your silence, and those who cannot wait were never worth your words in the first place. That is the silent power of not responding immediately. Because mystery does not weaken you, it makes you magnetic, and when your presence is magnetic, your silence becomes unforgettable.